What's going on, guys, and welcome to my tutorial this afternoon. Actually, this is a long awaited tutorial for a couple of you. This is the Amiga and how to install it on the Wii. Guys, there's a lot of things we're going to have to do to get this thing going. There's some files that we're going to have to pull out of an ISO and rename and all kinds of junk. So yeah, really pay close attention to it, guys. And me and my daughter here, we're going to show you guys how to get it up and going. And so if you'll follow us over to the computer, guys, we'll get started with this. Alright? Cool. Let's play some Amiga, guys. Come on. Alright, let's go. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead. We'll get started with this, and we'll mosey on down to our web browser. And I'll show you a couple sites you're going to have to visit to download these things. So the first site right here, guys, is where we're going to grab up our Amiga emulator. So I'm gonna go ahead and download it right now. I'm also gonna go ahead and extract it. So I'm gonna jump out of our website here and go ahead and extract our emulator. Put it over here with our other files. Now I'll show you where we're gonna get these three files here. This is a MediaFire site. It's a personal upload of mine. This is where you're gonna grab up your Amiga Forever 2012 Plus Edition CD ISO image. Now this program here, guys, you can actually run on your computer, your PC, laptop, whatever, to run your Amiga games. But in this application for the Wii, we're simply going to use files out of this ISO so we can get our emulator up and running on a Wii. Okay, so that's this application here. But you can use it either way you want to, it don't matter. It is 785 megabytes in size, and for that reason I've already got it downloaded for the sake of time. Alright, so that's where you're going to grab that up at. The next site is another MediaFire site. It's a personal upload of mine. This is where you're going to grab up all the Amiga floppies, or Amiga games, if you want to call it that. It's a total size of 577 megabytes, and for that reason I've already got those downloaded also for the sake of time. Alright. The last website is another MediaFire site, personal upload of mine. This is where you're going to grab up the WAD file. This is used in creating a channel on your Wii system menu. You can use the WAD Manager 1.7 or whatever, or you can use the multi-mod manager or whatever to install it. As simple as that. But those are the four sites, guys, that you're going to visit, and that's it. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to have to grab up those files out of this ISO. There's a number of programs that will do that. I've got two here actually. I've got the Ultra ISO and I got ISO Buster. I'm actually going to use Ultra ISO for this in this tutorial, but like I said, you can use Ultra ISO or whatever you have. So I'm gonna go to open. Now I'm simply going to find my ISO here. It's right here, and there's the contents of that ISO. What we're going to do, we're going to go into the Amiga files folder, and from there we're going to go into the shared folder, and then the ROMs folder. There's like 5 files that we're going to extract from here, guys. Okay, we're going to extract the Amiga OS 120.ROM, the Amiga OS 130.ROM, the Amiga OS 205.ROM, and one of these Amiga OS 310 ROMs. I'm just going to go with the 1200 here. That's what I did last time. And don't forget this rom.key file. I did the first time, guys, and no games would boot whatsoever. So that's very important also. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead, we're going to extract these files into this folder up here. We're going to find this folder, which is right here, and we're going to open it up. And what we're looking for is this folder here. This is going on the root of the SD card, and it contains our ROMs folder. That's where we're going to go. So we're going to highlight that and hit OK. Alright. So now we're going to go into that folder and we're going to do some renaming real quick. Okay, so there's our files there. This file here come with the emulator, so just go ahead and delete it. We don't need that. It's just getting in the way. But this Amiga OS 130.ROM, we need two of those guys. One's going to be renamed one way, and the other one's going to be renamed another way. So we need to copy this and paste it in here. Alright, so we got two of them. Alright, so we're just going down the list here. This Amiga OS 120.ROM, we're going to rename it to Kick 12. Alright, one of these 130.ROMs, we're going to rename one of them as Kick.ROM. The other Amiga OS 130.ROM we're going to rename to Kick 13.ROM. Now that's Amiga OS 205.ROM, we're going to rename it to Kick 205. Okay, and lastly, Amiga OS 310, we're going to rename it to Kick 31. Okay, so that's all the ROM files we need and the key file we need, but we're not done yet. We got to go back into our Ultra ISO or whatever program you're using. Go back out of the shared folder, and we need to go into this ADF folder right here. We need to highlight every one of these, and we need to extract all of these into that same ROM folder. Okay, in this folder up here. So there's our folder there. There's our root folder there with our ROMs folder, and we're simply going to extract them all into that folder there. Let's see if we got it right. Okay, good deal. We got all of our ROM files, our key file, our ADF files right there. Cool, man. So we're good there. What we're going to do now, we're going to go into our floppies right here, and we're simply just going to, I'm just going to cut these right into our floppies folder right here. Alright, as you can see, it come pre-installed 3 games already. We're just going to simply add ours in there, and we can skip those files, no biggie. Oh boy. Alright, but anyway, so yeah guys, that is absolutely it. We're ready to play some games, but again, we're not done yet. Now we gotta put these onto our SD card here. So what we're gonna do, man, stupid thing. Okay. I don't know what this thing's doing. Alright, so I don't know how many times I go over this, but okay, if you don't already have an apps folder in the SD card, you're simply going to drag and drop this onto the root of your SD card. Now, if you do already have this apps folder, we're going to open it up, and we're simply going to drag and drop this right over into that folder. Alright? Good deal. Alright, so we got our emulator in there. Now what we got to do is take this folder right here with all of our files and things and our games. Make sure they're in there. Yep, they're all in there. And we're simply just going to drag and drop these to the root of our SD card. Alright. Now this is going to take a minute or two. I'm just going to go ahead and skip over this part. Alright. Alright. So I'll see y'all guys in a second. Okay guys, so we're just about there, and as soon as this gets done, we're ready to head on over to the Wii and play some Amiga. There we go guys, so we're good. So let me make sure everything's in here. Let's go into our apps right here, and we should have, where's it at? Okay, there it is right there. There's our actual emulator right there, and then we scroll down, and there's our one of our games in it right there, and we got all of our files. So we're good to go, guys. Seriously. So let's just head on over to the Wii and see what kind of games we can get into. All right, cool. Okay, guys, so here we are, and this is the channel right here. This should be the same WAD file that you downloaded in the description. So let's get on with this. It's a pretty cool channel here. Now, I do use my classic controller to play these games. Alright, so right here, you're basically going to hit your home button on your Wii remote, and that will bring up this this menu screen. What you're going to do to bring up your games, you'd have insert floppy highlighted, and you hit the A button. Alright, so these are all the games that are in folders right here. There's 3 games that I want to show you real quick, and one was Toki right here. Really cool game. You just simply hit the A button to load it up, and then you will scroll down to where it says Reset UAE. Hit the A button, and that should load your game up. Okay, simply just hit the A button. Okay, we'll hit the A button again, and we have our 1990s computer sounds going on here. This is a really cool game. It's really cool. This part right here kind of reminds me of Ghosts and Goblins, the way it shows the stage and stuff like this. Pretty cool. Alright, so here we go, guys. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're using our left and right arrow keys to move back and forth. Then to jump, you got to hit your up arrow key, and then your A button is to shoot. Oh! Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, that's that game anyway. It's pretty cool, guys. Check it out. It's really neat. I don't know if that's an ape or gorilla or something. I don't know what that is, but yeah. All right, let's go to the next game. You just hit your home button to get out of the game, and hit your A button again up there to load your game up. This time I'm gonna go with a game called R-Type. Hit your A button, go to Reset UAE, load the game up. Okay, so this game is a little different. Sometimes you have to take your Wii remote and hit your plus button on your Wiimote to bring the keyboard up, and then you just simply go over here to hit Enter to start the game. I'm still learning all about this, guys. It's kind of a weird emulator a little bit. It's like cryptic pretty much. And like right here, you can't use your directional buttons to maneuver down to enter game. You have to take your Wiimote and point it and just kind of tilt down the Wiimote to go to enter game and hit your A button. It's kind of freaking weird, man. But yeah, that's what you got to do. It's kind of cryptic, like I said. You just have to play around with it. takes a minute to load these things up. There's one game that takes about 5 or 6 minutes to load up. All you hear is just sitting there making sounds. That's it. And by the way, this is GameCube compatible. I'm using my GameCube controller right now, and I can switch over. And now I'm using my classic controller now, so you can use both. I don't know on every game you can do that, but this one you can. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so you've seen this game. Let's go to another game. We're going to go to a game that has 2 discs. Now, I'll show you how to do that. We'll hit the A button on the DF0 at the top. And we'll go to our game. This game in particular has 2 discs. You would do the same if you had 4 discs or whatever. But Rough and Tumble is one. Now the original Rough and Tumble that come with the download I couldn't get it to work, guys. It won't work. I had to actually go to Emu Paradise and download these 2 right here. They come in a zip file, and I just extracted them onto the SD card and in the ROMs folder, not the ROMs folder, but the floppy folder, and it works just fine. So once you get to your game, disc 1, you hit the A button. That will load it up on DF0. Then you'll just use your directional button, D-pad, go to DF1, hit the A button, and it'll bring up your game menu again, game list, I mean. Okay, go to disc 2, hit the A button, highlight the DF0 once more, and just simply go to reset UAE, and that will load it up. If you had 4 discs, you do the same thing. You just move on to DF2 and go to disc 3 or whatever like that, and so on. Alright, so we're going to hit the A button here, A button again, A button again, and right here you have a menu. You can select unlimited lives or unlimited enemies or whatever like that, unlimited shield, unlimited keys or whatever, but yeah, I guess a little cheats or something. But hit the A button to start the game. Just keep hitting the A button. This is probably the coolest game on the system so far that I've played, and I would absolutely keep this emulator on the Wii just for this game right here. This is so cool. It reminds me of Metal Slug. That's what it reminds me of. So cool. Okay, so here we go. The A button is to shoot. Your jump button is the up D-pad button, or whatever you want to call it, directional button. This game has, it has really cool graphics. I'm really surprised with the graphics this thing's got for what it is. But yeah, I think I'm going to sit down and really play this one and get somewhere on this one. This is really cool. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm supposed to be able to go in there. I think you got to kill all the enemies first though. Yeah, I think you do. Or you gotta get a key or something. I don't know what you gotta do, but... Okay, let's try it now. There we go. Okay, so then you go to your next level, of course. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. It does work, and as for the controls and things like that, I'm still learning. And if you have any questions about any of this, just you know where the comment section is at, and I'll try to help you any way I can, guys. Like I said, though, I'm still learning about this and how to get games loaded up. I don't know which games work, which games do not. So that's that. Okay, guys, so I'm on the tutorial now, and y'all have a good one. Game on, and I'll see y'all later.